It's a jam.
It's evil disco, man.
Did I start talking too loud over the beginning of this again?
No.
As I'm known to do.
I anticipated your movement.
Static X. I don't think we've let in with those guys yet.
No,
It's 3 years of a show.
Bad near and dear to my heart, though.
Well,
it's one of my teenage bands.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason we're fucking kind of leading in with it today. It's 5-year anniversary of
God damn
that frontman dying, right?
It was weird. Wayne Static died, which was drug and booze related.
Well, look,
because of course,
look at him. I mean, come on.
and his wife was a porn star, that Tara Patrick.
Again, look at him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a hottie. But like when they got together, Static X put out an album, and like 3 or 4 of the songs were basically named after her.
Oh.
And quickly after that, Static X dissolved.
Okay.
Leaving Wayne to go do his solo thing, which was basically him and her. But after he died, I can't remember how soon afterwards, but soon after they found her dead as well.
Wow. Tragic all the way around, huh?
Tells me she might have been a really shitty influence on him when he already had his own issues. God, when I saw him live back in 2006, dude just wanted to fucking smoke weed and drink Jaeger like a proper college student.
I can see the allure.
It's not a bad life, I have to admit. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm not taking this.
Oh. Is it a turkey?
It's important, but it's people have to know not to call me on Friday at this hour.
That is a little obnoxious.
No, I mean this is somebody we were just talking about right before the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean that's
that's
fine.
Yeah,
it can wait. It's a Friday. It's 6:00. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we'll get back to you, sir.
Yeah,
but the whole, which we talked about, I guess a couple weeks ago or last week. I can't really remember when. Thankfully, you reminded me we did about people. Like what Static X is still going on. Well, it's not going to go on after
bands where like the front man died, and should they continue to release albums?
Yeah, front man or the like main musical factor, because Wayne wrote all the lyrics and everything.
Well, you would think it's like, well, that's always bad all the time. Nay, sir. I would say fucking look at William Duvall in Alice in Chains. If they'd have looked at it and said, Lane's dead, let's reform and rename and retool everything.
Well, the thing is, Static X is that lead singer, there's no one that sings the way he does. The guy they have now, who's the frontman for Dope, which is another band from that era, he's basically just tasked with the job of doing Wayne Static stuff.
Okay.
So I think they're going to put this album out, and that's probably going to be it. And for that particular band, I think that's fine, because Tony Campos is busy probably in about 5 other fucking bands. So he was a bass player for fucking Fear Factory.
Oh, wow.
Before everything got really weird there.
There's a lot of weird, like, tree shit, isn't there? Like, like this guy from this to this to this. And
there are a lot of journeyman workers out there. Like Mike Portnoy became one of those.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Only he did it kind of the other way around. That dude was solid in a band for fucking 20 plus years, and now he's in every other band. Like fucking, he was in Avenged Sevenfold for a little bit.
Right.
He's got the Sons of Apollo thing, the Billy Sheeran thing.
God, who would you consider be more of a hired gun, Mike Portnoy or Dave Navarro?
Well, Dave Navarro's a bit of a cunt. I actually like Mike Portnoy. It's a little easy
to unleash some rage on that jackass.
But every project Mike Portnoy does, I feel like he has creative input as well. It's just not bands. Actually, it's more people flocking to him to do shit.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
They're usually Portnoy-eccentric projects.
Right.
Got it.
Doesn't that dude have a show on like Sirius XM?
Portnoy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me if he did, but
I'm not sure. Wouldn't surprise me. Fucking everybody has a fucking show or channel on XM.
Seems like it, doesn't it? I mean, I'd never really been exposed to that shit because I'm a terrestrial radio guy, because that's what keeps my bills paid. But
well, you got to support what you love.
But then to run down to San Antonio and back last week, because I think we had a purpose. Man, that's the first time I was really exposed to Sirius XM. And it is fucking nutty, the number of channels that motherfuckers have.
There's hundreds of fucking channels, man.
And it's like, wow, I'm shocked they haven't knocked on my door yet. Hey, you cunts from the Mead Metal MMA podcast,
we might be able to get something done. Yeah. It's XM Sirius, so it's it's not like we'd have to curb our cunt count.
Right.
Wow, that was hard to say.
Oh, but it gets easier over time.
But, I mean, shit, just the volume of things that are on there. It's like Dish. You got all this shit. You're probably going to listen to 5 of these channels.
Well, that is the problem, because then, as it turns out, there were like 3 or 4 channels we were bouncing around on.
Yeah.
And the fucked up thing is because then we're listening to Lithium. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for Pearl Jam right now. Then you move along. Oh, they got a fuck Pearl Jam station? Why the hell are they even playing them on Lithium then?
Exactly. And Lithium did have a nice blend of weird 90s shit that I haven't heard in a long fucking time.
Yeah, well, because initially you'd said, well, it's the grunge channel, which...
Grunge and alternative.
Well, and you're not entirely wrong. It's a lot of grunge. But it's really more of a tribute to the 90s, I think.
Yeah. Well, they have a channel for that. It's 90s on 9.
Yeah, but they play a lot of the pop shit there.
They play everything out of the 90s, yeah.
Right.
It is basically a love letter to that era and those particular genres.
Yeah, I knew it was going to get a little weird when we... I was all right with it when we heard Soundgarden like twice in an hour. I'm like, oh, that's all right. But it would take a weird little left turn every once in a while. We heard live. I probably heard live
more
more
than... Moby.
Yeah. Well,
that was weird.
I heard live more than I have in probably 20 fucking years, you know.
Well, it was funny because, we caught live on terrestrial radio when we were going through Lubbock.
Yeah.
And then we caught the same song again when we transitioned to XM because we were in fucking butt rape country.
Yeah, which, for the uninitiated, that means rural areas in Texas. That's what.
Scary shit. Just as scary going deeper south than going to Austin, man. At least their flag protocol was on point.
Yeah. Comparatively.
Except, there was a rebel flag out in that field right by Sweetwater.
Right.
It's like and it had a website.
Yeah, that was a little...
that's a little scary.
I don't hold it against people. You want to fucking fly a rebel flag? That's fine. But I am going to make some assumptions about you.
I know I feel like I already know you without even meeting you.
I can make a lot of a list that you will probably identify with most of it.
Yeah. If you check more than half of that shit, then I was right about you.
I mean, it's the same thing. If you're from like Southie in Boston or some shit, I kind of already know you, you know? I mean, is it fair? Probably not fair, but I will. But I will make some assumptions.
It's our prerogative.
Yeah.
I mean, we might make us assholes, but we can do whatever the fuck we want. I mean, as soon as someone comes to the hotel, I'm already judging them. Like, are you here to cause a fucking problem? Are you here to just take a nap, bang your moderately decent-looking girlfriend, and call it a day?
Which, by the way, a hotel on point in San Antonio, so props to you, sir. It's almost like you know what you're doing when it comes to fucking hotel selections.
I hate that my, 2 biggest things are... I know what a good hotel will be, and I can pull a pump out of a well and fix it and put it back down there for you.
As it also turns out, though, if it's not a Wyndham hotel, Brandon will not even look at it. So
we're not staying at a Night's Inn, dude.
No, I was talking about that fucking other weird one that the first
the Quality?
One. Quality Inn, was that it?
Was that one we passed when we were walking?
Right, and that's where the majority of Tool fans were staying at.
Yeah. Well, it was also probably for the price point. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a choice hotel, Shane. We don't deal with those cuts.
that's what I was like. This motherfucker is a company man.
That and I need the workout. Need that mile and a quarter.
Is that a mile and a quarter, right?
Mile and a quarter to that corner.
Okay.
Then probably another quarter to half mile to get to the doors of the venue.
I gotta say, I like the venue. That AT&T
It's old
Center,
school.
It has a nice courtyard kind of approach to it.
Right.
You know. Pretty classy. I dig. I mean, and I haven't been to a shit ton of these, but I mean, it's way better than the fucking one in Oklahoma City. I went to see a Thunder's game there. Oklahoma City Thunder game. Yeah.
Thunder.
A couple of years ago when they played the Pelicans, which is a New Orleans team, I guess. But, yeah, man, that's like in the middle of Bricktown. There's no Bricktown's kind of an ugly ass place. If you don't think that the same color brick on every building in the downtown fucking area is cool, yeah, then you're not going to dig. And that was kind of the perception I'd had of, and I don't even remember what the hell the name of it was one of these like natural gas companies or whatever. But, yeah, man, compare the two, and there is no comparison. That AT&T Center in San Antonio is legit.
It was, and Daryl, who was along for the ride with us, had commented that it's actually like way more bathrooms.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a legit fact.
That's a selling point for me.
Goddamn, we need to get into this right now. So we went to go see Tool.
Went to go see Tool.
I I can't hold it fucking in anymore. Best concert I've ever been to. And that's the easiest thing I can say.
Right.
Immediately.
I mean, I don't like to compare it to like Alice in Chains, which was a mind-blowing experience last year. But if I had to list, hey, what were the best concerts you've ever been to? Top 3. Tool's number 1. And it's not even, I don't even bat an eye. And I realize it's still like, yeah, but it's early. Yeah, but man, get with me in 6 months, get with me in a year. I guarantee you Tool's still going to be at the top of that fucking
Months
list.
Down the road, man, anytime I hear those jams, it's going to fucking cause a reaction.
Well, and the problem I have too, and I used to, I mean, man, when Fear Inoculum came out, I'd love to run it up around here to crank it to 100 on my system here and everything else. And
that was pretty fun.
Fucking loud. It's awesome. Nothing that compares to that live show. That thump in the fucking chest you get from the kick drum and from Justin Chancellor's bass. Just
like a heartbeat alongside your own.
And almost to the point where it's like, wow, is it trying to knock the wind out of me just standing here? Maybe.
There were some times where I thought my heart had stopped.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was the music or my body shutting down.
I thought the AT&T Center was going to collapse in on itself a couple of times too. But
which you were going to be the chivalrous man and save Daryl and myself.
Yes.
While you... No, fuck you. You don't get to die at a Tool concert.
I do. That was it. I was the first one to grab that idea. That was it.
I want to be that guy.
What did he do? He went to a Tool concert, saved his friend and his brother, and died in the process.
Died a fucking hero. And I'm going to be like, bullshit. No, we had this planned out. Trust me.
Like, yeah, life can be pretty cool sometimes.
So the whole thing, we were about a mile and a quarter away from the venue. You, I, and Daryl had a lovely, probably one of the most leisurely, beautiful strolls we've had.
A jaunty walk.
Yes. We had a good walk. Made it there in good time. Fucking way better than people that were driving.
Yeah, man, driving would have been a terrible idea. I mean, now there were 20,000 fans there. I didn't know what the capacity was, but I read a review on the concert, which the guy reviewing it reviewed it properly and said, "Oh yeah, it's amazing."
Yeah.
20,000 fans. Yeah. Sold out show, clearly. It sold out in 45, 50 minutes, you know.
Man. God. And so we get there. And it's weird. I mean, like, the whole process goes really smooth. There was never, like, a hiccup or anything.
Yeah. Metal detector. And then I had to whip out my phone so they could scan the 3 tickets.
Fucking technology.
You know, which worked out fine. I mean, I wish I had a hard copy to hang on the old fridge over here, but.
Yeah, you'll just have, we'll have to get you like a printout.
write it in crayon. Went to Tool 1025 or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say you at least put the L backwards, so it does look like a child wrote it. All the other letters look all right.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on killing Joe? Or you want to go through the whole process?
No, I was just saying when we got there, thankfully we made the decision to get our merch first.
Because you and Daryl were like, well, we'll just go grab our seats, and then when Killing Joke is playing, no, I'm not knocking it. It's like, why don't we get our seats first, wait for Killing Joke to start, and then we'll get in line. Well, that's what everybody else fucking thought too.
Yeah, you were a part of the hive mind.
Yeah,
you tapped in. You're like, no, we need to do this now. Trust me.
Yeah,
and it worked. It worked out beautifully.
Yeah.
Like as I was getting my shirt, Killing Joke began their set.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, the first 30 seconds I heard while I was waiting on you and Daryl, it's like, they can take all the time they want. It doesn't sound like we're missing too god-awful much in this kickoff.
That's the thing, too. I mean, because you go, well, I'm here to see the whole show. Yeah, but the reality is, are you there to see Killing Joke? No, not really.
No, and that point, well, before we talk about Killing Joke, let's talk about our seats.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. You knocked it out of the park.
Well, I got them because of the fact it was one of the few left in lower section, and it was 104DA.
Yeah. Which I was looking at the seat map after you got them. I'm like, I see 104A, but I don't see 104DA.
Right. And apparently in Texas, that stands for disabled.
Stands for these nuts.
Because, that's what it was. It was for like folks in wheelchairs that go and see fucking Spurs games and shit like that. Because at first they're like, wow, are we even allowed to even sit here? I'm like, well, fuck that. I bought tickets for this. So.
And it was a row of fold-out chairs with a little table, like, off-hang in front of us.
It's a ledge built in, yeah.
Nobody in front of us and nobody behind us. Oh my God.
Yeah. No. One of the downsides of concerts is in generally you're going to have some asshole that wants to stand up the whole show in front of you, and some fucker that kicks your seat all the time sitting behind you. That's just part of it.
I probably, that one gal that was sitting next to me clearly fucking dosed to the gills on X. I've never seen someone.
Little Molly will make a Tool show a little better.
I know
right?
when you're reacting when it's just like fucking music you love, and I know how you react when you're high.
Right.
I see these things. Fucking fucking Austin fight card. I know the signs.
Well, that
fucking
dude was trying to
noodle
pet,
arms.
That dude was trying to pet everybody too. But
man, he fucking touched my leg like 6 times. Fucking whip my dick out and just put it right over there. I'm like, here, tap right. No, my luck though, he'd probably be like, oh, all right, a penis.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have fucking just reached up and got a rear naked choke, tapped him.
Yeah. Well, so our seats were amazing.
Yeah. Right at eye level with the stage, basically.
Yeah.
And again, no interference in front of us, none behind us.
Nothing at all.
Have to get up and go take a fucking whiz in and out of there. Like, I mean, it really came down to how long the line at the restroom was. Because, man, other than that, the walk there, the walk back, 2 minutes, really.
Yeah, it was a beauty. You didn't really miss anything. So when Killing Joke began, I was immediately like, these motherfuckers are loud.
Yeah.
I mean, so loud. I couldn't make anything out.
Well, that's kind of the problem. And that's what fucking opening acts do, and I don't know why they do it. It's an older mindset, and then I have to remember, oh, yeah, these motherfuckers have been playing since, the late 70s or early 80s?
They formed in 79.
Yeah. There's another band, and I've seen them several times, and every time they're the opening act, they do the same shit, and that's fucking Cheap Trick. Check out our wall of Marshalls that we're going to turn all the fucking way up and blow your eardrums out, and then you can't make out shit. You can barely make out the Dream Police every once in a while. That's about it,
But then if whoever you're there to actually see, it fucking affects your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Because you already got the tinnitus.
Yep.
Listening to noise.
Oh, now, no, they were definitely noise merchants. That's all they were.
Now, Killing Joke, which I didn't realize until they played the song, are known for the song The Wait, which is a song that Metallica covered on their Garage Days Revisited back in 88, 89,
right,
when they had Newstead. So that is when I heard that, I was like, oh, well, all right. I still, you fuckers are just too loud.
Yeah.
And Severus Snape just wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah, that dude, frontman, looked just like that dude off the Harry Potter flicks. That's right. But and other than that, it was just a wall of sound. I couldn't differentiate shit. I'm not a fan of their music, so I can't even use my collective recollection in order to fucking hear the tracks and go, okay, I think I know what song this is. I had none of that. So I'm just standing there like an agape dummy, going, I don't know, whatever.
Sitting there like, oh. Just
loud.
Getting fucking punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
All I remember is that guy liked to go, a lot of sustained, like Ramones-esque vocals.
Well, that's because that's the era that they're out of. Oof. And for some weird fucking reason, 40 years later, they're still out touring, opening for the fucking greatest rock band ever probably take a stage,
So 1 out of 5, your thoughts on Killing Joke?
1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. I think I'm about a 1.5. I mean, it wasn't horrible.
You always get credit for showing up.
That's it, You sign your name right on the fucking SAT and you're getting like an immediate 100 points,
And the funny thing was, afterwards we started hearing the warnings about like, don't whip out your phones, motherfuckers, or we're coming to get you.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that during Killing Joke?
No.
And the funny thing is, you go on YouTube and type in Killing Joke San Antonio 2019. Nothing shows up.
It's the first time I've ever been to a show and the opening act didn't even have any merch. There was no merch. There was none.
If it was there, I missed it. Maybe it was outside.
Maybe because they did have.
That's even worse than having no merch.
Yeah,
you can sell merch outside to people that don't have a ticket.
We don't want your shit coming in and intermingling with our shit.
They had a lot of shit too.
Well, and and there was a huge long line outside at merch too, but we promptly went right past that, straight into the venue.
Where the line.
Yeah.
That fucking thing.
It went fast.
It was like a 25% around the arena line, but it did go, once it started like getting traction, people getting their flow, it did move pretty quick.
Yeah, that was a full quarter of the way around the concourse at AT&T, yeah.
And I got to say, San Antonio, I don't think they're going to be winning any hottest ladies in Texas awards.
That's a little bizarre, isn't it? I mean,
or like best Olive Garden in Texas.
You get kind of lost in Lubbock, and still you might be like trying to figure out where the fuck you're at, and you go, oh, look at that. San Antonio, not an issue.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the hottest woman I saw in San Antonio, not at the Tool Show, I was looking at her, I was like, fuck, somebody that Brandon could date. I mean, come on.
Hey, wait a minute.
I mean, legit,
is that a compliment?
Legit, like that looks. They look normal.
Well, that's the thing. Every girl I saw was like, man, I feel like I might have a shot with you.
Sure.
But it's not an insult to them. That's an insult to me.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a fucking bridge troll, and I feel like I could move to San Antonio, maybe have a happy existence.
Get yourself a billy goat. Yeah.
Yeah. Give myself a solid 7.
You know, if you look around at all the the different cities we've been to in Texas, between Lubbock to fucking all the way to Austin, every city, it's like, oh my God, look at these attractive women. What the fuck? They just grow them around here?
Yeah.
Apparently they are, but they don't move to fucking San Antonio.
Which is just an hour south of Austin.
Yeah.
So after that.
Now that we've insulted an entire city.
Well... Yeah, well, let's open up some dialogue.
It's a weird city, too, man. If you're in the market for barbecue or Mexican food, you're set. If it is not barbecue or Mexican food, good luck.
Or a kick-ass goddamn show.
Yeah.
Because San Antonio, you have the fucking venue to do it, and those bands are going to go.
Right. Yeah, no complaints there. But see, my brother Daryl has a bit of a complicated palate, shall we say. He wants the exotic stuff. Well, it's fucking San Antonio. It's like a couple of assholes. We all go down to this ramen joint, which I give it a 4 on scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, so it was less than average.
4.5.
Dude, those noodles they were spaghetti noodles.
They were. The broth was okay. There was nothing to give it a punch. You know, I mean, now here's the problem: is because Daryl did take us to Tatsuya Ramen, and
he's the one to be blamed for all this.
Yeah, because just like Tool might have ruined every live show I'm ever going to catch in my life, Ramen Tatsuya did it for me on as far as ramen is.
That pork belly they have in there just is so fucking full of flavor.
Yeah,
pork belly in the ramen we had down there, no flavor at all.
It was like thick cut bacon, and they even cut it that way. I mean, it's weird,
uncured fucking bacon.
Yeah, man, no. I mean, so here's the thing. If you're going to go to San Antonio, don't fuck around and eat some weird, bizarre, look for your exotic stuff. Eat Mexican food.
Stick to their strengths.
Eat fucking barbecue. If you're looking outside of that, don't do it.
And if you're going to eat barbecue, be sure to check out Bill Miller's Barbecue.
That guy apparently has got his fingers in everything out there.
A lot of holes. Fingered a lot of holes.
Bill Miller's Barbecue, Bill Miller's seafood market, Bill Miller's this, Bill Miller's that.
Bill Miller's bail bonds and pawn shop.
That's why there's like no Applebee's in that fucking city, because
Bill
Bill Miller
Miller
owns
see
everything.
an Applebee's or anything until 25 miles outside of San Antonio. It's got to be a law or something.
Yeah.
Well, let's fucking get to it.
So Killing Joke gets done, thankfully, mercifully. All three of us kind of at that point have our eardrums blown out because it was just so fucking loud.
It was tough to have a conversation.
But the time it took for him to switch over between bands, though, I think was enough to kind of settle down. At least my hearing kind of came back a little.
But it was about I think it was about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it was really fast. Fucking efficient run show. I'll give them that.
Well, I mean, and Tool's at the top of their game, so they're clearly, I mean, maybe not in their merch department, with their online shit, but I mean, but clearly, physical show. Dudes are definitely, they have a great crew. Yeah, maybe 20 minutes, maybe. Now, granted, on the flip side of that, then they basically had their stage show ready to go, set up right behind Killing Joke.
Yeah. It's like, we got it from here, fellas.
Yeah.
Not to mention Killing Joke soundboard. Pretty small.
It was probably it was probably a 30 channel, 32 channel. It was probably in that range. One board, one little small little light over the top of it, and then right adjacent to that is this great big fucking bridge.
Dude, it's something like you'd see on the Enterprise. Yeah. Fucking Chief O'Brien is there transporting people to the goddamn ship from this fucking board.
This crazy, huge fucking music pit, this.
And then all these monitors and screens behind it, which we've realized afterwards we're going to be in control of all the lighting.
Yeah. Well, the dude apparently that designs their album artwork and shit like that savant that Adam Jones knows, designed the fucking lighting show.
It shows.
And, well, because it jived really, really well with all of his concept stuff on Fear Inoculum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, really, Tool's live shows have been a backlit curtain to just do color splashes.
Right.
The 7-pointed star in the middle, and a few accoutrements on the front.
Right.
This was a fucking Pink Floyd show.
Oh, and beyond, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I've never, Pink Floyd always has that rap, right? Of, oh, man, their live show, it's just amazing. Time to step aside.
Well, that's the one thing with Tool. It's clear that they are utilizing the cutting edge of technology on their light show. Man. I have never been more entranced by fucking lights in my life, man.
Yeah, that show begins and that fucking beaded curtain thing just engulfs the goddamn stage.
Well, and what they, it's like, why are they bringing out a curtain? Clearly, they're not at, Bob's Country Bunker.
I thought it was to make videos and pictures look like shit.
Well, which would, I wouldn't put it past Maynard, but actually it's because of the fact that they had a lot of the Fear Inoculum effects go over the front of that curtain, so it provides a weird 3D weird.
And the backdrop video screens in conjunction.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Now,
which they did open with Fear Inoculum.
Yeah, well, as we knew they would do.
Oh boy,
yeah,
man.
Now, and I don't even know what to call that tone that album opens with, but now I hear that shit and my fucking hair rises on the back of my neck.
Those muscles in my ear just turn immediately to wherever that fucking sound is.
But and off of that. I'm not playing spoiler. I'm not going to give you a set list or anything like that. But
I actually have the set list pulled up.
Off of Fear Inoculum, they played Fear Inoculum. They played Pneuma. They played Descending. They played Invincible.
Not play Descending.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
I was pretty fucking sure. Because I was confused Descending and Invincible, and I thought they played Invincible early, but no, Invincible was late.
Yeah, Invincible was part of the intermission. But what they did, they played 4 songs off Fear Inoculum, which was Fear Inoculum, Pneuma, fucking
Invincible,
and Chocolate Chip Trip.
Yeah, well, I always forget about Chocolate Chip Trip.
They played 3 solid songs off Fear Inoculum.
Wow.
Because I was looking at the set list before and after. Descending has been played once.
Well,
it was probably one of those,
now they did do kind of a weird medley kind of a turn on a couple of their fucking tracks. Like they didn't play entirety of Parabola.
No, well, here's what they did. They played Parabola first, and then they played Parabola. So it felt like one huge ass song.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but even then, established songs, they kind of took a few liberties and changed them up a little bit.
Oh, I loved that, man.
Yeah.
And they did it to my favorite song. Of course, fucking Schism. Hearing that extra thing that you showed me months ago.
Yeah.
Amazing to hear live. I didn't think they were going to do it again. Well, they fucking put an extra 90 seconds into Stinkfist.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song.
Right. I mean, I'm up there with you on that one and Sober, which you're not going to see Maynard do Sober anymore.
No.
That dude's in his fucking 50s. He can't belt it like that anymore. But what I do like, though, is the fact that guy is still a powerful singer in his own right, not in the same way.
Yeah.
I would say, actually, Maynard is a better singer now than he was 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
Even though he can't hit some of the shit that early
and he
Tool had
still
done.
has the aggression. It's just it's a little tempered. It has to be.
Dudes in their 50s can't be belting that like screams the primal shit that he would do.
BJJ black belt or otherwise. And we noticed it because they played the pot, and that was tuned down a little bit.
Yeah,
which I was fine with that.
Sure.
There was nothing they did improvise, ad-libbed, or change. I was like, oh, man, motherfuckers.
Yeah. No.
They even had harmonies. Granted, it was, I think, effect harmonies.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care. I want Maynard to harmonize with Maynard.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and they did. And they played a solid fucking hour and 50.
Yep, and then you got up. It was like, well, it's time to take a piss before the masses run us down.
Right. Well, and and that was kind of not even that. I just thought, I'm going to go ahead and hit the can. I think that they're probably going to be wrapping things up. I'm standing in line and everything, and they wrap up. I forgot what the fucking last song was.
The last song was 46 and 2.
Yeah.
Our favorite.
Yeah. God damn. It's only weird because it keeps coming up around here. But,
YouTube knows us too well.
But so I'm standing in line, and I hear everything just go quiet. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, I hear people cheering and shit. And I'm like...
Well, usually if they're going to do an encore, you come out about a minute and a half later.
Right. Well, so then I get done. I come around. I see Daryl in line, in the bathroom. I'm like, well, all right, I guess that's it, And I walk out. I'm looking around. I even walk toward the front doors. I'm like, where the fuck's Brandon at?
Brandon out having a muffin, enjoying what he saw.
I was kind of wondering,
Yeah.
And I thought, well, fuck, maybe the dude's waiting back at the seats, assuming I'm going to come back there. And I come walking back in. I look up, and I see a countdown timer. I went, fuck yes. It's not over. It's not over yet. Yeah.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful because, I didn't even look at you when you showed up. I just knew you had showed up. And you're like, what's that? I don't know. I think they're coming back in T-minus 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, because it's a 12-minute intermission. Yeah. Very specific number, 12. But, yeah. But that's Danny Carey for you because that dude's a huge, weird numerologist. Yeah. Fucking, what do they call it? Not religious geometry, mystic shit. Well,
sacred G.
Sacred geometry. Yeah. So it's like maybe 12 is not so off the,
Yeah. But and they had it projected on the curtain, so it was like it was really cool.
And then when that intermission was over, the curtain came aside. And
Danny Carey came the fuck out to be like, all right, bitches, the Thunder God is here.
Man.
I
don't know if anybody that's active in rock right now that does better than those fucking guys do. Man,
the only one that can be given a run for their money is Maynard. But that's just because there's so many talented singers out there.
Yeah.
Maybe not that many talented singer-songwriters.
But
Maynard's still in the class.
Justin Chancellor is just the craziest goddamn bass player in rock going on right now. I don't know how that dude plays at the intensity that he does for over 2 hours, but
Yeah, man. And just the way he rocks.
Right.
That dude's body is stiff as a board. But he's in the pocket.
Yeah. Danny Carey, clearly, there's nobody better in drum. There's not a better drummer in rock right now, rock or metal. Adam Jones is great because of what he lends to that sound. Nobody else could do it, and Maynard
Maynard writes the words.
That's the guy, and so my takeaway was what I was thinking about. I thought, well, I know my brother Daryl has seen dozens of Rush tours, going way, way back.
Damn.
And I had thought
he's seen a lot of eras of Rush.
Yeah. And I thought, man, I hope the dude's reaction is, man, I like their show almost every bit as much as Rush. I would have been good with that.
Yeah, I was hoping his view would be favorable as well.
Dude said that was the most technical, fucking best show he's ever seen. So for that impact on him, because I know what the impact was on me. You can go fuck yourself if you think that didn't really seep into my core as a human.
As did I. Actually, it gave me the Alice in Chains effect that you had last year.
Which, it's not a bad effect. My problem with Alice in Chains last year, it really allowed me to plumb some of the depths of issues I'd kind of fucking had.
Yeah.
That I'd kind of wanted to ignore, and Alice in Chains made me have to face those. And I know you're thinking, oh, fuck you, it's just a live show. It's more than that,
Well, there's something, people fucking talk about music affecting them all the time. And I understand why people are like, bullshit, it's just a song.
Yeah.
Man, but if you love music,
right?
If you fucking love, if it is a part of your daily existence, it affects you differently.
Well, and people have some depressive episodes. It's proven that MDMA really brings them through those episodes. And
I've never seen an angry person on it.
Well, but it's fucking kind of proven. And they're also trying to make the same assertion that maybe other hallucinogenic, narcotics or out there, drugs, whatever, might also have very positive benefits, for depressives.
Right.
And I don't think I'm necessarily depressive, but I do know I have a pack of issues I've been dealing with for 30 years or so.
Sure.
So that was the thing. Alice in Chains made me have to kind of face those. So it's kind of a real bummer, but I felt like a new person, really, after that show.
Yeah.
Fucking Tool invigorated me to heights that I have not really been.
It was a shot right in the bloodstream.
It was. And again, I get it. It might seem like hyperbole, but I feel like I'm a little more in fucking command of my life and shit right now because I'm not willing to suffer anybody's nonsense. That's the big thing. Before this show, it's like, fuck it, walk all over me. I don't give two fucks.
You know what it is?
What?
It's like an Office Space. That's what it is. You go to that goddamn therapist, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to fucking start doing shit my way now.
Like Ron Livingston, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Only you're an asshole, so you know.
I'll wear that.
Overall, we should stop gushing about fucking Tool.
Well, but we knew that was what was going to be.
Oh yeah, but I want to say my favorite song of the night live, and it's the whole package: the lights, the performance, everything was Numa.
Numa, yeah, absolutely. Numa. That's I don't know that I would say off the album version if that's my favorite.
No. This is just my favorite track from the show,
from the live show. I can see that. I can see that. Invincible was pretty fucking crazy.
Invincible was fucking badass.
You know,
but I already felt like it would be
right.
You know.
Well, and we did get glimpses of that from the people that shot that one down in like Jacksonville, Florida, 6 months ago.
Right. But with Numa, I never expected it. Like I like the song. I like the song a lot.
Right.
You know, but when they get to the chorus and those lights at the top of the stage turn yellow and then just fucking
sweep
flow over everybody.
Right.
It just it makes me feel shit that I don't know if I've felt before.
Right. No,
even talking about it now makes my fucking voice kind of quiver.
Yeah. No, I mean a weird primal, but not in a native way. Primal in a weird, indescribable fucking force of presence, I think. You know? I don't know. It's a Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. We get together once a week, talk about the shit that kind of turns us on the most. It's not Tool.
Which we better hurry up.
Yeah.
Mead, we do got a segment.
Mead, by the way, donations, cool. We've got batch 1 available. We're under a case.
Hope you're enjoying your bottles, Daryl.
Have Green Man available, like case and a half, a little over that.
Goddamn bottle's staring at me right now.
Matter of fact, we have, I got it. A friend of mine was supposed to come over and pick up like 4 bottles this past week, and then I never heard anything, so we'll see. But if you want to help our music efforts out and some of the shit we do around the Mead Hall, hit me up. Metal, let's... you want to go ahead and check in with LJ now?
I think we should let OJ.
I think we should let OJ get away in the white Bronco this time.
Well, our OJ didn't do it, but his name is LJ. And let's see what he has to say about the music for the week. Good luck, son.
Thanks, guys. Hey there, everyone. This is your metal update for the week, brought to you from the Arctic wastelands of northern England. Okay, it's my garage in Clovis. Anyway, let's get down to it. Airborne, Bone Shaker. My favorite modern AC/DC clones, Airborne's newest release sets off that high-voltage vibe fans of hard rock love, and it's bound to be a bone shaker for sure. Now, when I refer to them as being clones of Akadaka, I mean that in the most respectful way possible, because to capture that iconic vocal ring and guitar tone, and trust me, I've tried, it takes a very specific sound. And these guys got my full support to replace AC/DC when the old band kicks the proverbial bucket. Next up, Alcest, Spiritual Instinct. I have never heard of these guys before, but they sound really cool and modern. I can't really think of a band to compare them to because their style shifts during a song from clean and slow to upbeat and a little faster. Not bad, I like them. Pick up their CD if you think they deserve to eat. Cloak, The Burning Dawn. These guys remind me of what Metallica would sound like if they kept making thrash metal up through the 90s and replaced James Hetfield with that dude from Mayhem. Not the current dude, I'm talking about the one who killed himself. Dead. Literally, that's the stage name, Dead. Actually, Dead's name was Per Olin. Anyways, the vocals are indistinguishable bullshit growl yelling, but the music itself is really cool. Ginger, Macro. Now to introduce you guys to a band my nephew Chris got me into. Ginger! These guys and girl, the singer is female, they totally kick ass. In fact, this album seems to be continuing their trend of melodic and heavy. Fun fact, or maybe not so fun, but I thought they had a male singer do growls and yelling, but it turns out that the singer, Tatiana Shmailuk, they're all Ukrainian by the way, can growl like a fucking man. That's some really deep vocals. Alright, next up. Mayhem, Daemon. Speaking of Mayhem, it's our least favorite assholes. They're actually ones who birthed black metal, and if that's your cup of Jägermeister, then Mayhem comes back full force to vomit pure black metal into your face with the force of a fire hose. I'm kind of bored by black metal. It's just noise, but I'll tell you one thing. There are way shittier bands out there, which makes me happy. Very happy. And I'm sure it makes Mayhem happy, too. Motorhead, triple whammy, 1979 box set of Bomber and Overkill release. A triple release? Could this be the first time we come over something this incredibly unheard of on the metal portion of the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast? Maybe. They re-released Bomber and Overkill and a 1979 box set. No idea what it's in, but it sounds like a good time to me. I love me some fucking Motorhead. R.I.P. Lemmy. Phil Campbell, Old Lions Still Roar. Now, I'm not sure who Phil Campbell is, but I'm in fucking love with the song Swing It, featuring Alice Cooper. Looks like these old bastards are pulling out the bigger guns on these younger acts who pulled out the big guns, like some cosmic musical dick measuring contest set to find out who gets to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame again. Who wants to be inducted into that piece of shit twice? I'm funny. And finally, we have Steve Grimmett's Grim Reaper at the Gates. Turns out if you don't know who Steve Grimmett is, surprise, he's the lead singer of Grim Reaper. Why not call the band Grim Reaper on this album? That'd be like James Hetfield's Metallica or Fred Durst's Limp Bizkit. That actually made me throw up in my mouth a little bit, that last one. Anyway, the album I jammed in its entirety while I wrote this whole darn shebang, and it's the best album on this list in my opinion. But you know me, best is subjective to view, and I'm a dude who has a soft spot for 80s metal. And that's it, everyone. Now I gotta go throw a bunch of belongings in a trash can to set fire just to keep warm. Stay safe, stay warm. Take it away, Kevin and Brandon. And for the love of fuck, please don't run the fan in the cold. What's wrong with you?
Well, that's your rundown. What the hell's...
That's everything that isn't Tool.
Yeah, well... But I knew we were going to be a couple of assholes about it this week. I knew it, so...
This episode's for us.
Yeah.
We're being selfish for last week and this week.
Well, that's what I told LJ. Like, just go ahead and just do your segment because I think the show's better with him. And
absolutely.
And I knew we were going to talk nothing but fucking Tool and UFC 244.
Yeah.
So.
I have a few album birthdays.
Okay.
Let's see. 8 years ago, Lou Reed and Metallica put out Lulu. Have you been introduced to that album yet?
I don't think so.
Ooh, well, I'm going to let you... you can listen to that, and then you can go listen to Volbeat.
No.
It's weird, dude.
Did they bring in... Was it any of the Velvet Underground shit?
Nope. Just Lou Reed and Metallica as his band. And Hetfield occasionally doing a little bit of singing.
Wow. Okay.
The album's shit. It's a huge... Well, in my opinion. I don't want to fucking influence anybody else's opinion.
Right.
In my opinion, it's a steaming pile of shit.
Yeah, it might be worth me checking out just because I'm always interested in weird shit.
That's true. I keep forgetting that you are of an era where, like, Lou Reed, you can appreciate.
Oh, yeah. No. That was a very different Lou Reed, but yeah. But you start getting people at the kind of at the later stages of their life or whatever. I mean, man, people still go on and on about how great that Johnny Cash was and Hurt, and it's like, you know that Nine Inch Nails did that, right?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, you know, but
Reznor wore a crown of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, William Duvall's album, and I hadn't really had a chance to sit around and listen to that thing from start to finish. Your summation was what? That it's kind of basically a lot of major.
It's so fucking happy.
Yeah, it's a major chord.
And that, I'm not talking shit. It's just it's a fucking happy album.
Kinda, man. There are some.
The lyrics are probably not as happy.
No. But there are a couple. Matter of fact, he did a cover of from "Comes with the Fall." I forget the track.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, shit.
His band. He was in out of Atlanta, right? You know, I don't think he did any like covers of GTO stuff, but yeah, definitely "Comes with Fall" did like one or two covers from some of their shit. And man, there are some things that are not that pleasant that the guy deals with.
Oh yeah. Well, you can see Duvall in interviews and stuff, and that guy is very Prince-like when he's being interviewed. Very well versed. He doesn't stumble over words.
Right.
He gets what he wants to say pretty quick and pretty succinct.
And it's not usual that I'm going to throw out a recommendation on an acoustic album, but. And I thought about it. It's like, why did he go acoustic? Well, why not go acoustic? Because it showcases his vocal talents, which...
Yeah.
Wow.
What goes... yeah. Dude,
right, yeah.
Fucking
man,
amazing singer.
William Duvall's got some talents on his vocal ability that I already thought the guy was fucking great. Let's ratchet that up a couple of notches.
Oh, and at the ass end of the metal segment, I might have a recommendation for that 2020 concert.
Okay.
But another birthday, fucking Nirvana's Unplugged came out 25 years ago today.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. Saw that, I was like, oh, shit. I think he was still alive, wasn't he? Say, yeah. No, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But everybody's listening to fucking Unplugged New York. But on the same day, Megadeth released Euthanasia. Euthanasia is a very transitional album for Megadeth, in my opinion. They really begin to make the transition to starting to make rock and roll and metal that is a bit more accessible. Before this, they put out Countdown to Extinction. After this, they put out Cryptic Writings, which is my favorite album, not based off of my thoughts of the other ones. It came out when I was a teenager, and that's a lot. If you're putting out an album and I'm 16, you're going to stick with me.
Yep. We good on metal?
Another weird thing.
Oh.
Well, this is weird because it involves metal and MMA.
Oh.
Did
Maynard choke somebody out again on stage?
I'm using metal lightly.
Okay.
Apparently, Joe Rogan and Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance are cousins.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
I don't know.
They've never met.
They'd never met, talked, or anything like that, yeah.
And the concert for 2020.
Okay. Because we were thinking Rob Zombie or Mastodon.
Not that I don't think this band is going to rank. It's just who they are and where they're playing. That's why I mention it. Rage Against the Machine are doing concerts in 2020.
Okay.
Their first two stops are El Paso and Las Cruces.
God damn.
They're only playing, and then they go to Arizona and California after that. Like 2 shows in Indio.
Well, Indio's where they have Burning Man, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty somewhere out there. It's a shithole part of California. Well, which actually I should. That's kind of that is a broad brush right there. Yeah.
Outside of Crazy Town's van getting totaled after they hit a moose, we're good.
Yeah. Found something today. You might want to, if you're bored and looking around on YouTube for some other shit to check out after the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast, check out Ace Frehley drunk interview. Just type that shit in. It'll take you to a Tom Snyder interview that Kiss did back in 1979, right before Peter Criss quit and left and shit like that. It's right after fucking, which one was that? I forget not Dynasty. It's God damn it. But it's one of the bigger Kiss albums that was kind of the last hurrah of the original 4. Ace Frehley's drunk off his ass and talking massive shit, and you can see Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons fucking simmering in their own goo. So you're like, just staring fucking daggers at him, trying to keep the fucking interview on track. And Ace Frehley's just bombed, and he's just fucking. And Peter Criss is laughing at everything the motherfucker says. Everything.
Oh, that's fucking wonderful. That's one of the rare times I've actually been entertained by Kiss.
So, yeah, if you're looking for shit to do, check that out.
Happy birthday to Rick Allen, 1963, the one-armed drummer man. 1962, Anthony Kiedis. And 1957, Mr. Lyle Lovett.
God damn, Anthony Kiedis is 57? God, man. Well, I don't know. What are you going to fucking do? Everybody gets older, but it's just weird because my problem with Red Hot Chili Peppers is they're always going to be in their fucking late 20s to me. You know,
I think Flea is older.
Yeah.
I'm not going to search it because I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, fuck it. All right. MMA. Ben Askren is not so great anymore.
Oh, my God. He got choked out. He got choked out by the sensei, man. Yeah. And I'm not shocked. Well, neither were you because you actually you were force-fed the goddamn result on the way back from San Antonio.
Google News fucked me. We were like 20 miles from home, and I get an alert.
What's that? Oh, goddamn.
It goes off just like a text. I was like, oh, well, who's reaching out to old Kev here?
Who gives a fuck about my existence today? Ah, shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ben Askren talks about controversial loss to Damian Maia. Like,
There wasn't nothing controversial about it.
Yeah, it's like except like in his universe where he thinks he's supposed to win every fight.
He tapped once, and then he went out.
Yeah.
He went to sleep.
Yeah, so...
he's tasted everything. He's been damaged, he's been knocked the fuck out, and he's been subbed.
He's had one win in UFC, and that
even
was
that win
controversy.
is fucking, yeah.
That was controversy.
That's controversial.
Other than that, Jorge Masvidal introduced him to his knee, and and then
They've
Damian
been best
Maia,
friends ever since.
Damian Maia choked his ass
Who
out.
the fuck is he going to fight after this?
I don't know.
At 170 fucking pounds, which apparently is becoming the new murderer's row.
Remember, now, let's not forget, this has been Askren who was calling out the champ, Kamaru Usman, forever. This guy isn't even going to get a whiff now. That's 2 losses. He's 1-2.
All of a sudden, boom roasted ain't that funny anymore, is it?
Fucking, Stephen Thompson's a horrible matchup. It's a horrible matchup for Stephen because he doesn't handle wrestlers very well.
No. Or strikers.
Who else at fucking welterweight? I mean, Ian Edwards is on an upward arc, but that guy's got
Damian Maia was like right in, like at the ass bottom of the top 10.
Yeah.
He got beat by someone ranked 1 above him.
Yeah.
Ben Askren might be at the fucking ground floor. I mean, Jeff Neal, who is a welterweight, who, by the way, has a fucking fight signed to fight Mike Perry. Good luck to that guy. If we were going to Vegas, that might be a fucking card to catch. Oh, wait, no, we can't do that because that dude's fighting on the fight card during the wine and cheese event.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Besides that, the whole Vegas thing got muffed by Tool. So,
but, God, man, it got muffed by circumstance, but then a plan B popped up.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, man. Call that bitch plan A.
Yep.
But we do have a fight card.
UFC 244.
Man. We'll just run through it bottom to top here. Opening up with Julio Arce fighting Akeem Dawodu at featherweight.
Okay.
Good shit. Lyman Good, chance for Contry fighting at welterweight. And Jennifer Maia, botched weight. She's a flyweight, came in at 127.2.
Yeah.
Fighting Caitlin Chukagian, fool of a chook.
You know, man, all you got to do, all your job is to make weight. That's your job.
That's your biggest part of the job, because if you don't make weight, more times than not, you might not fight again after that at the weight class you were wanting to be in.
Right. Well, yeah, you miss weight twice, and the promotion's going to make you move up.
Dana will move you physically. He'll do it. He's a cunt that way. Opening up the ESPN2 prelims, Andrei Arlovsky fighting a guy whose name I'm not even going to fucking try to say because I will butcher it.
It's got to be somebody that's actually got a pretty impressive start to it.
He doesn't have a Wikipedia page.
Okay.
I don't know him.
Or it might just be fodder for Arlovsky. Who knows?
Yair Zinho Rosenstruck. That's probably wrong. Brad Tavares fighting Edmund Shabazi at a middleweight. That'll be a good one.
Shabazian kind of, I hadn't seen him in a while. Okay.
Let's see. Shane Burgos fighting Makwan Amirkhani. I got Amirkhani.
Amirkhani, absolutely. That talk about, everybody talks about the big flying knee of Masvidal laid on, Askren. If I could look back at that guy, remember that fucking fight? He comes out, he's looking like he's kind of going to start things a little slow, and then immediately just runs and fucking throws that flying knee. Amirkhani.
That dude the guy from Finland, man.
I mean, you'd think, like, what? That guy's from the Middle East. No, he's from Finland, son.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That it was fucking Andy Ogle at the when Gustafsson got beat so bad he by Johnson, he thought he was going to retire, and Rumble felt bad. Let's see. And the main event of the prelims is light heavyweight Corey Anderson and Johnny Walker, the man who blew his shoulder out celebrating his last fight.
Right? Yeah. Well, let's see if
I like Johnny Walker.
I want to see Johnny Walker win, but I want to see his celebration after he wins. That's what I want to see. I want to see if he learned anything.
Try doing what Yoel does. Just jump over the cage and salute everybody.
Yeah.
And then we're into the main card from MSG, baby. Kevin Lee, Gregor Gillespie at lightweight. Who you got?
Whoever doesn't have staff. I'll.
Well, I can't speak for Gregor, but I also cannot speak for Kevin. I got Gillespie in this, man. And this is back at lightweight.
Yeah. Probably Kevin Lee, but man, that guy.
Dude's got to show something.
He's the biggest guy that's trying to get that 165 division put up. 160, 165.
And he would if he was a top 5 fighter. He'd have a little more sway.
That guy, he loses the big ones that he needs to fucking win.
Guy's 1-3 in his last 4 fights. Got a win over Barbosa, but that was also the fight where he missed weight.
Right.
Last fight he fought RDA and fucking got tapped out at welterweight. Now he's back down to lightweight.
Yep.
But he made weight.
Oh.
So there's that. Jennifer Maya is the only one that missed weight. Derek Lewis, Blagoy Ivanov, heavyweight. Oh, boy.
Got Lewis.
Who are we getting?
Got Lewis.
Do you think Lewis gets a knockout and we get another T-shirt out of it?
Maybe.
My balls was hot.
Maybe it'll get a little weird and erotic.
And set me up with one of those for the post-fight.
You bet. He might get a little weird and a little erotic and go, my balls was blue.
It's been a while. Well, he hadn't fought since the Cormier fight.
He's got, wow, really?
Yeah.
That's been for fucking ever.
Let me just double check here, but I think that is Church.
That'd be shocking because, man, that has been a while. Follow that dude on Instagram.
No, last fight was Junior Dos Santos back in March.
Yeah, okay. I thought that sounded a little off.
I forgot about that, but I also forgot he got fucking pummeled by JDS and that.
Yeah, dude. At heavyweight, I never say this guy really needs
tough.
to win because it's heavyweight. It's so thin.
Yeah.
They aren't going to fire anybody.
As long as you're selling shit, you can hang around. Look at goddamn Diego. Look at anybody that has a 4-fight losing streak, they still have BJ Penn on the roster.
Yeah, but at heavyweight, it's even more intense, right?
Right.
Because they don't have a solid stable of like where you ever are worried your job might be on the line.
Used to,
once upon a
but
time.
not anymore.
No more.
No. You can tell they didn't focus on heavyweight.
Yeah.
Until Cormier became champ, and it's like, oh, man, we really got to focus on that shit now.
Cheating bitch. But anyway,
welterweight.
Yeah.
Stephen Thompson fighting Vicente Luque.
I like Luque in that one. Stephen Thompson, man, unless we can catch like what that guy used to be, great. But Luque, I think, is going to come in and smash him.
But here's the thing. I think he is what he's always been. He's just fucking hitting top-tier fighters.
Yeah. I think, Thompson can look fucking pretty amazing.
Tyron Woodley, Jorge Masvidal, Darren Till, and Anthony Pettis. He won one of those fights, and it was against Masvidal back in at 217.
Yeah, and Pettis, he was winning that fight solid. It's just he
got knocked the fuck
didn't
out.
look out for that Superman punch.
I mean, not only are his fights become boring ever since that first title fight, he's losing fights.
Right.
And if you're a boring loser,
man,
you're not going to be asked back. I got Luque.
Yeah. Oh,
I agree.
Yep.
Co-main event. Apparently there were a lot of problems with this fight. Kelvin Gastelum had apparently some issues making weight, and Darren Till had issues with his visa.
Well, why not? Why not?
But it seems like the fight came together. Gastelum made weight, even though he might be investigated by the New York State Athletic Commission.
Well, but you were saying, because you watched the video, and they're trying to say that he'd used a towel to...
And leaned on his coach.
Like that Cormier did when he had to fight Jones at fucking light heavy.
Yeah.
We all know that. Fucking Cormier got it up. They put a towel up, and you saw that dude leaning on that towel. Oh, hey.
You couldn't mistake it.
Never hear shit. Masvidal goes, or not Masvidal, you end up getting Kelvin Gastelum, who goes up there, same fucking thing. Same thing, except this guy doesn't lean on the towel. They get the towel out because, frankly, if you come up and you look like you're going to be a little over, then they put up like a towel, a blanket, whatever. So that way, then you can strip off your shit and, try to save yourself. I mean, it's not like you're coming in wearing like heavy, bulky clothing or something like that. They ain't coming out wearing a parka, but the trunks might shave, a quarter of a pound or whatever. If you're that close, then maybe that's necessary. So dude comes up and has to do that in order to try to be able to make that weight. Apparently, there was no issue, and then suddenly the New York State Athletic Commission was like, oh, there might be an issue. We're investigating it now. When apparently the dude didn't even touch the fucking towel.
New York State Athletic Commission is challenging the ruling on the field.
After saying that, nope, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, but the fight hasn't been pulled, so it sounds to me like dude's going to get a fine. Oh, yeah, maybe. But fine for what? I don't know. I don't know that they've got cheating.
I don't know if they've got a case on that guy from the video.
Well, the only thing is I can't see his coach because the coach is right behind that guy holding the towel.
Yeah.
They need to do the goddamn ring like they do for the ladies.
Right.
So that way, if someone's touching, you can fucking tell.
Right.
You have that towel, you fucking have no
You
idea.
can lean on that towel to easily shave 2 pounds if you have to.
God damn. I'm going to Gastelum still.
Yeah, no, he's got some badass hands. Darren Till, he got cracked. Usually after a motherfucker gets cracked, one of two things happen. They either fix their holes in their game or they get cracked again.
Yeah,
and he strikes me as a dummy.
I'm curious to see how he does at middleweight. See if that the less stress of the weight cut helps him out at all.
You know, and I know people are going to say, well, look at the he's got to have a great big reach advantage because Gastelum's built like a tank.
Yeah.
And people are going to say, look at that reach advantage. Kelvin knows how to move inside on people. The motherfucker wasn't born short yesterday. He's been short all his life, you know?
Yeah, he'd, let's see. Well, I mean, he lost to Israel.
Yeah.
You know, and that was just for the interim belt.
Yeah.
But
That's
before
a great fight.
He split Jacare and knocked out fucking Michael Bisping in his retirement fight.
Yeah, man. I don't sleep on Gastelum, man.
I think he does need a win, though. I really do. His last 5, a no contest with Vitor, but Gastelum tested positive for weed, so went to a no contest.
No, it's Mota. He's tested positive for Mota. Yeah.
Weidman fucking triangled him, knocked out Bisping,
right
on his way out. Split Jacare, split decision,
right,
and then lost a fucking 25-minute to Israel. But
I don't know that he needs a win, but man,
if he wants to stay relevant in that fucking hunt, he does.
I think so because that's what this is. It's a fight for relevancy.
Because
Till gets himself back in the conversation with a win. Gastelum keeps himself in the conversation.
Yeah, Gastelum
with
might get the winner of Adesanya, and Paulo Costa got pulled due to injury. We might be getting Israel Adesanya and Yoel Romero for the middleweight title.
Ooh, man.
But that's in the future. Let's talk about present day. Your main event for the baddest motherfucker belt. The BMF belt, which, by the way, I saw. It looks like they just buffed out the UFC logo and put BMF and motherfucker at the bottom.
Sure.
Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, welterweight. This should be fucking amazing. A fight between two fighters.
Yep. Well, I mean,
I know it sounds, but what I'm saying is, this is all these two know.
Right.
They're not going to go out and sell goddamn Wheaties box.
These aren't guys you're going to see fucking working for ESPN, working ringside at fights here in a couple of years.
And it's weird. It's two goddamn gangsters that really respect each other.
Yeah, which I think is great. A lot of people always talk about how hatred actually makes fights better, you know, or controversy. Sometimes respect makes fucking great fights too.
Well, who you got, man?
Man, well, the problem I have with this fight is if it stays standing, it's Masvidal all day long.
You don't think Nate Diaz's boxing's going to
I think he's okay. But the problem is I think Masvidal's fucking strength is those hands.
Yeah.
Those fucking hands are – I think he's far more skilled on the feet than fucking Nate. Problem is if that fight gets to the ground at all, god damn, I don't like Masvidal's chances at all.
Masvidal's only been subbed twice. Mostly his losses, he has 13 losses, but 3 of them are finishes out of the 13. And it hadn't happened in a while. Dude has not been finished in a couple years. But if it does go to the ground, I agree. That's where it's going to get bad.
But the dude is on such a roll. Don't pick against the hot pony, is I think what they always say in horse racing. So, man, I'm going Masvidal.
Guy lost to Damian Maia and Stephen Thompson and has just beaten Till and Ben Askren, and this guy is fighting Nate Diaz, and it's probably going to be the biggest payday of his life.
Yeah.
Do you think it goes the distance?
If it does, I like Nate's chances. If it does not, I like Masvidal's chances.
I like Masvidal in the third, man.
Yeah.
Nate's never been knocked out.
Right. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think I don't know. We'll see how it all boils down. It wouldn't surprise me if Masvidal knocks him a little fucking screwy. And I'm not talking like, because it's kind of hard with the Diaz brothers to figure out whether or not that they're rocked or that's just their normal shit because they're kind of dumb. I think I could see a situation where Masvidal fucking kind of rocks him and is able to actually shockingly get his back and choke him out.
That's like a bold pick.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't discount it,
Man.
But I mean, but literally, I think if Masvidal wins and it doesn't go the distance, I think it's purely because his hands. His hand speed is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, bottom line, this is going to be your fight of the night, and it's going to be the best fight you've seen.
I actually fully expect 25 minutes in blood. I mean,
it ain't going to be pretty.
Yep.
But it's goddamn going to be entertaining.
Yep.
Let's get the picks.
All right. What you drinking?
Fucking Bullet Ryan Budweiser.
The old Bullet Ride Budweiser
The old
combo.
Bully B.
The old meadery combo down here. That's the 2-piece and a soda here. All right. Yeah, I'm going Budweiser and probably some Osbach brandy.
Fancy man.
Depends on how cold I get tonight. If it's not that cold, I'll fucking keep pouring the rye
It
down
does
my-
warm you up lovely. That brandy does.
Yes. Yep.
Metal.
Metal.
What are you listening to?
Static X. Push it. Just for the 5-year anniversary of the dude dying.
Yeah, I'll I'll go fucking Bled for Days, Static X. First song I've heard on the Bride of Chucky soundtrack, and then 2 years later the album came out.
Wow. All right.
It was 97 when the soundtrack came out and 99 when their first album came out.
Okay. Good.
So I was like, oh, I love this band. Where the fuck are they?
Right. Fights. Picks there.
Nate Diaz gets Masvidal in a twister and fucking makes me tap. Or the Walls of Jericho.
The Walls of Jericho. That's where you got to aim for now. I got a Chukagian with a weird fucking 25-second knockout first round of the overweight Brazilian chick.
And then right after the fight, she lights up a vape pen of Old Toby, the finest weed in the South Farthing. Bet you didn't think you would get that type of nerdy shit at the end of the show, did you?
All right. Well,
it is time to get this energy out, man. I'm tired of sitting the fuck down.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
All right. Well, tell you what. Thanks for fucking putting up with us this week. I know we went real long on Tool, but you knew we were.
We got long tools, if you know what I mean.
Jesus. All right. Hey, we'll see you fucks next week, huh?
Out of here.